let's take an opening prayer from Evangelist Abraham on Sunday before he hands over the mic to the chairman for the opening remarks.
Shall we rise, please? Obinike n'ọbara Jesus. Onye nwe anyị agbakọtala n'ụbọchị taa, the second day la program AFNEWS Development Initiative Ikwuano, nke iji chịkọta okwu anyị nwere ọnụ n'ihe ndị nla esogbu anyị ala Ikwuano nke enyi nnọ. Ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị eziokwu, ụbọchị ịda ntị witi ndị niile mbụ ndị ewepụtala onwe ha maka ọchịchị Ikwuano na Abia State and beyond. I see Jehovah, ndị niile anyị na-atụ anya ha ma ndị abatalanụ anyị na-enye ekele, ndị nke nka nọ n'ụzọ anyị na-arịọgo ka idukwere ha bata n'udo, bịa nọnyere anyị n'ihe niile nke anyị ga-eme n'ụbọchị nke taa ka ọ gaa n'usoro. Jehova nna, mgbe anyị ga-esi nga ala ka onye ọbụla hụta n'ezie na Ikwuano ebiliela. Ọ bụ a new beginning for each and every one of us, and otu a ka ọ ga-adịla n'aha Jizọs. Ihe ọbụla nke a ga-eche n'iru gị taa, ma ọ bụ ọjị, ma ọ bụ mmiri, ma ọ bụ mmanya, ma ọ bụ okwu ọkpụrụkpụ, Jehova bịa mee ka ọ dị ka isi chọọ, nọnyere anyị niile n'otu n'otu ka ụbọchị taa bụrụ ụbọchị a ga-achịli aka elu n'aha Jesus Christ bụ onye nwe anyị.
Amen.
Thank you, Evangelist. Chairman, you're welcome, sir. Chairman, Kabonaji, Ikwuano.
Ikwuano, ndewono, ndemomo, assembly nara ekele ndewono. Ịmana mgbe ọbụla ewepụtara ọjị Ikwuano, ọ na-agbazu maka ọjị Igbo na-agbakarị anọ, ịma na ewukwa Ikwuano na ọ bụ mbanya ya. Abraham, ịma ma mkpọ ide okwu ya, ndị mmadụ gị ichekwa ma ebodo ede ndị eziokwu wee mfụ afọ ọnụ ya. Aka nọ n'ọjị plan ọjị DVC itself, because ọ bụ ya nọ ọ bụ isi nọ na nga, ọ bụ mbanye epụl ọjị. Ndị Ikwuano biko nọ lee ghara ịbịa, ndị eze anọ na nga anyị wa abịabe, ma ndị echichi nọ biko, ma Ikwuano siri oloko oboro arịamosaka ibere, ọ bụkwara na anyị nwere ụmụnna anyị sila Ụmụahịa North, South, Abia State, ọ bụla aha niile na wedi weta ọjị. Ana m asị anyị ga-tata ogologo na ahụ isi gị n'aha Jizọs.
Amen.
Ikwuano, ndewono.
Ndewo.
Chairman Chonoji, yesterday I normally lay Goroji one by one, so I even Menoji work it and because what we are going to do today is going to take a long time. So, Chairman, when you could use Church-Lodge, you give a small opening remarks as per the activities for today. Today is the day Ikwuano is going to interact with the candidates seeking political offices to ask them what they're going to do for Ikwuano in particular. Because the essence of this summit is to ask them, for Ikwuano. Ikwuano has experienced long years of neglect, so it's no more business as usual. That's why today is a very important day. Ikwuano do not here. They went also. ndị enweghị ọkụ, ndị enweghị health center. Unu ga-eju ha, unu mbanga la ọchịchị, unu gị wetakwara anyị ụzọ, unu gị wetakwara anyị health center, unu buru ala ntị unu. So that is what we are here to do today. La chairman, opening remarks before we commence with the business of the day.
Ndị Ikwuano ọ dị mara wa dọpụta m n'ọkwụ m la nsụzi bekee ọ bụ mgbanya anyị bekee adịkwa na-adị m n'ọnụ ama ịmụrụ ya amụta. Please, at this point, I really want to remind us that we'll be interacting intensively with the candidates, no longer aspirants. Those of us that are politicians, we can easily differentiate between an aspirant and a candidate. The aspirant is still within the party, and when you are a candidate, you are now representing the party in an election. It will be a local government election, House of Assembly, House of Reps, Senate, Governor, President. Coincidentally, I am also the Director General for Governance for Director General for Good Governance. Good Governance is a coalition of many political parties, and we happen to be in Abuja. We try as much as possible to look at the credibility of candidates, and by the special grace of God, we have done tremendous job with every spirit of humility at the federal level. Today, it will be AFNEWS Development Initiative, Ikwuano, of which I am also a major key player. We will be interacting with the candidate. We really want to know what do they have to offer. You know, most times, maybe because of my experience, I always accuse the press and also the civil society for not holding the candidate to the jugular. When the candidates come up, there is always the peace accord. But we have never taken it a step further to get to that credence where we will have the candidates sign on paper for us the minimum, irreducible minimum standard that is expected of them. What are you going to do? Are you representing us at the House of Assembly, House of Rep, Senate, Governor? What do you have to offer to us? We need to speak for ourselves. And in politics, if you don't say here I am, nobody will say there you are. There are many attributes of a leader. But by the special grace of God, I consider integrity as the greatest attribute, because that is the factor that will integrate every other characteristic of a good leader. Without integrity, there is no way you can offer service to your people. There is no way you can represent them effectively. There is no way you can see and understand the yearning of the people to attend to it. So, I would also be calling upon us today, as the candidate will come on board to discussing with us, let us not come from the point of parochial mindedness. Let us look at it from that broad-based perspective. Let us look at it without consideration to political lineage. Let us consider the individual candidate on their individual merit. There is one thing about this forthcoming election. It has gotten to a point where even the people have decidedly decided that they are going to vote based on candidates' capability. No more all the way. It will not take place this time around. It is when they get to Mr. A position, they look at those filing out to be voted for. When they get to Mr. B position, they will look at those that are presented to them for that position. And they will be able to say, yes, this we know, that we know. Maybe the other we do not know. They will consider the past record of the candidate. What have you been able to do, even on personal capacity? Because in political activity, you believe more in what you can do. But those that are coming before, they believe more in what you have been able to achieve, what you have been able to do in the past. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give what you don't have. I do not want a situation whereby other local governments or other senatorial zones will see Ikwuano as the whipping local government. I want us to get to that position of mental development. Hello? I want us to get to that position of mental development that will be able to decide for ourselves. Let us also realize that if the other local governments are doing better, we can also do better than them. For many years that we have this Ikwuano local government created, what can we look at as the achievement of the past local government officials, those that have been in position? It is a very big challenge to us. Passing through or coming into the local government, does it actually look like a local government? Hello? Can we say that it looked like a local government? Within the local government, the roads within the local government are not even tarred. Somebody that cannot tar a road that takes into his office, will he tar their own road? He will not. Please, I really want us to forget about one or two engagements and engage these people. If it means that Ikwuano Ahmefla Development Initiative, Ikwuano, we come up with an understanding with different candidates today for them to sign for us, that once they get into office, they will be able to do A, B, C, D. It is possible to achieve it. And somebody can say, what about if they sign it and at the end of the day, they are not willing to do it? We can also get it signed and deposit it in the Federal High Court. Yes, if it gets to that level, we can get to that. We need this, we need this, we need that. And you are promising us here, within so time, you will be able to do this. Are you ready to sign it and get it to be sworn under oath in the competent court of justice or court of the law? If you are ready, because our people, we have been taken aback for so long and we want to move forward. We do not want to move forward with somebody that will not realize our pains. We want to move forward with people, leaders that will identify with us any day, any time. Permit me to say, it's not because that he is the chairman of Ahmefla Development Initiative, Ikwuano. I have gone round. There is no local government in this country that my feet has not touched. But I want to tell you that Honorable Backers set a very high standard as a House of Assembly member. Why he was here? Please clap. It's not because he's here. While he was here, he became what I can refer as in the local palace as Agede Amaoko. He was able to carry Ikwuano, from Oboro, Ariam, Osaka, Ibere, and Oloko along. He ran an effective office that was in touch with the people. He was not there to enrich himself. We want to get leaders that we realize that they are there to offer services to the people. And in doing so, you also need people that have gotten to that level of political position that can look anybody to his face and tell him the truth. I want to tell you with every spirit of humility, there is no politician in Nigeria, in Abia State, in Ikwuano, that I cannot look into his face and tell him what he should know, what he should hear, and not what they want to hear. In doing that, we have something at the back of our mind to achieve, to make sure that our people are effectively represented, to make sure that when we go to our villages, what you can get in other villages, we'll be able to get it in our villages. There is no person that will go to United States of America if what he can get there, he can get in Ariama, Osaka. Hello? Nobody. If what we can get in United States of America, if we can get it in Ikwuano, do we need to go to America? We don't need to go there. And it is you and I. When the wealth, the common wealth is in the hands of few people, such community, such local government, such state will never develop. The common wealth is supposed to be deposited with the people in such a way that there will be social infrastructures, there will be that social amenities. The people, even when they retire, they can get their benefits. A lot of us are retired. Our fathers, our mothers, they can't get their pension. They can't get their gratuity. Even those of us that are working. Please quote me and quote me very well. My name is Chief Sam AK PhD. The governor knows me. And I want to say, we need to change the narrative. We need to change the narrative. If people, the workman is entitled to his wages. Ikwuano bụ mpanya e. Onye rụọ ya mengere ya rie akwụ onye rụrụ ụgwọ. Ọ bụ ya rụgwọ ọrụ agaghị ekwe ụgwọ. The pressure is upon some few people. You work, you will not get paid. You get promoted to even up to level 14. Ada akwe ụgwọ level 8. Bube kwa nga abụọ. Kide dungo onye obi iso ohi. If you are a leader, you are a local government chairman, you are a governor, you cannot pay salary. You are not entitled to collect your own salary. You are not entitled. You are there to serve the people. Where is that human face in the service you are rendering? Please and please, we are here today. Let us tell ourselves the humble truth, the frank truth. Let us be blunt to ourselves. There has to be constructive engagement here today. And that is one of the things that this Ikwuano initiative, we are trying to make sure that we provide an enabling playing field. We are not discriminatory. Convince the people. Tell us. And if we are not impressed, at the end of the day, we will come up with our own demands. If you can sign or not, we will tell our people that you are willing to work for us. Ndewonu.
A round of applause for the
If
chairman. A round of applause for the chairman. Thank you very much, our able chairman, Chief Dr. Sam AK. Yesterday he spoke as a representative to Dr. Ikwuano, but today he has spoken authoritatively as the chairman of this occasion. Please, a round of applause for him once more. In case you don't know, Chief Dr. Sam Eke was a presidential candidate in 2019. He is the founder and the chairman and presidential candidate of National Nigerian Green Party. So he contested the election. I watched his debates on TV, and I must tell you that he came first. And he happens to be one for Ikwuano from Obohire. Please, could you give him a round of applause once again? Thank you very much, Dr. Sam Eke. All right, please, the caller is here. I want to believe that there are some other caller there. That is the next thing we're going to do. Please, as we share the caller, we will introduce to you the next line of action we're going to do. And there's a misdeed here. This, my friend, just came and collected the microphone. He didn't tell us his name. Did you know his name? Do you know him? Umoyonyao. Umoyonyao. You are not talking to me. Talk now. Umoyonyao. Mbanoga just bear with the mic now. I actually Iwu MC. Please tell us your name.
Ikwuano ndewono. Aiku ojila anụmọkụ lobu. Merinji buru mic may introduce Dr. Sam Eke immediately. Sila ibe ibere le ebido. Abogala chome gwa egu na afam. But before ma egu na afam, echefukwa mi me another thing. He may introduce nwa afu Ikwuano nokwala high table here. Professor John Bull HMA. Onye Nongo Oboro. And Prof, we are here. I'm the Director of Academic Planning at Michael Opera University of Agri, Omodike. Ikwuano nwere no mmanụ. Ndewono. Ndewo Ikwuano. Ikwuano nwere mmanụ. Ife njile eme. Ya dị ma Ikwuano enweghị mmanụ. Dr. Sam Eke kwuru okwu here now. He's the first only Ikwuano the national chairman of a political party. And if Okuru, his opening remarks, like Indocha will say, he just hits the nail on the head, the hammer on the nail. Because Prof Nkele, Ikwuano. Prof.
Ikwuano ndewono. Unabiala e. You're welcome.
Okay, you see the dodge your name. Come, Oga, come.
Avambo Icheku Odindwe Nwoko. Icheku for short. But the full name Icheku Odindwe Nwoko. Abmonyi Ikwueke Oboro. Ndewono.
Biko ndewono. Unu kuturi Icheku Odindwe Nwoko aka biko no. Mwano wenwo anakpom Sam Ogbonna, the representative of the Vice Chancellor Michael Opera University of Agriculture, Professor HMA. Want to hand over the microphone. You just greeted us, Ndewono. We want to hear a speech from you as being given to you by the Vice Chancellor himself. And while you do that, yesterday, Ahame for Ikwuano was not just a fluke or a pretense in the business of making sure that Ikwuano takes a right of place. They launched a roadmap in a book called Ikwuano Socio-Economic Roadmap. Towards sustainable development in the 21st century. So this is the roadmap, and it's for everybody. You must have this. It's not just a book, it's a roadmap. Ihe nwere ike ime na ndị a na-aba n'ọchịchị ha nwere ike ime ka Ikwuano dị mma ebe a ka ọ nọ. Ebe a ka anyị ga-eji jụọ ha ajụjụ. Ihe niile ha ga-emere anyị banye n'ọchịchị ebe a ka ọ nọ. Biko unu kutere ha mefula aka. So the Prof himself we are giving you the microphone to speak to us why the book is there. If there is any, you can have a copy if you so desire. Okay, the mic is there. Thank you, sir.
The chairman of this occasion, Dr. Sam AK. The other representative of one various group or the other that are here of the Sindema or the Sindema Mangi. But I check out Willie Lemase, Ikwuano nde wonu. You are welcome. In a chairman, I'm opening a remark. Okuroku, and you were robot time. Man onion lag go for laga. Man onion lag him and call agreement. I was so excited because ndeke okengaraga bo onyele age tongaraka aso mbebe sere madu abegi waraka bian war okugu amamola dem for this time we don't know how it's going to be, but God will take control. I pere ebo chileke weputare ndengi imearere Ikwuano de malanga ebu adonye the meeting in Gare Chile and Garaga. On your last say, ewo got one program like Quaibom. I go cafe like a border of Aquaibom. Unlani Feleku. Tapute me Ikwuano. Gemana ewo. Of one day man Bulanga. You begin to wonder. The roads are very bad. And then very dusty. Nothing to say much about a local government that have a lot of giants. I mean, in them. Almasich, if any like Bangalima la February, the Malatontoala, let me one thing or the other, but if any, Bebere, La Chile Kayeriaka, Wepotare, Onyangi Mife. We are not the only nation that have gone through this type of challenges. All the nations in India. Well, a butarongo lata, India day. But all of a sudden, the president, the prime minister, say, "Manini funuleme, unoporungu professors, unoporungu ka, almenyunu a period of 7 years to make sure that indeed the Lala India." It took them only 5 years. Mango, is some of it. They will turn it to a variety of 60 and so on. Ndi bokasa, idu ala indi ubua, ndi kadmalifa la kwafu. We are expecting such a thing, and the people who pilot the affairs of bringing the country to such a stage will be both us, ndala chiache, and the politicians, ndela geche. I stand here to bring greetings from the Vice Chancellor of Michael Okpara University of Agric Umudike, Professor Madwe BBC of Oiwe. Mwafo, Odungaramse, he has a lot of commitments and then exigencies of duties. Yes, Biko, Gano Chitanya, whether Tisiala, then Manifa Lebenango. So I bring his greetings to each and every one of us. All the 401c VC may to introduce one thing or the other, and that is what I am going to just say within few minutes. If sustainable development.
Ikwuano nde wonu. Bikono ejim Chineke rio unu. Chineke naanị la m ji rio unu apa Chineke. Achọm le nwe ọzụla nga. Onye na-ekwu okwu abụ PhD or professor ọ bụ. Miere achọ ịmụrụ ife. Achọm ọzụ. Arma rio unu. Ife niile ma bịara bi imela December. Nke a bụ nke kacha mkpa. Ọ bụ esuwekwa ọkụ ntere amịarị ṅaa nụ ntị. Ọgụ na-aga oluman niile aga ere ada mara ogele mara okwu ya nke de ehitala. Ọ na-ewepụta unu de egekwana ọdị nke a ga-edetu unu. Biko unu Chineke la nje rịọ unu ndewo unu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm delighted and happy that you are beside us in this meeting. Leninga to slides, Sri Lanka, about it. First and foremost, I want to greet and felicitate with Amefula Development Initiative Ikwuano. They are doing very well. And then I na si Chile kege kwa testimony kela Jesus. Ikwuano Socio-Economic Summit. Obi fena lima now. In manfu sirama se ha Ikwuano ke mwacha kwala. Ke Kalefelelu Development Summit. I didn't even know that all the bigger than Ifoman Latoanya. So this is one or two things that I'm presenting on behalf of the Vice Chancellor regarding this Ikwuano Development Summit. Already the team, this summit in winning. Next slide. Sustainable economic development, as far as Ikwuano is concerned, the roadmap. All the young people say, it gives us the roadmap of the Mali Bay. Roadmap means the politicians, Onyobla Menka, and the Podolala, Onyobla Menka, Onye Nongono, Onyobla Menka, and then things will be well with us. If you look at that thing that I put on the board there, and with a combination of social, environmental, and economic, that means Ndenjego, well, Ingemawe, where Potabi Yaka, Ndekembu Felici, where Potaba Yaka, environment, Lima, Unuleche kwa that Ikwuano Bunda Gozina Gozi. Otebaranya Mamata Research Institute in Biarano, Emeperia 1920 or some 1928 or some 1927. 1927. A mama about Papa but Mama Mubegia by then. I've been a research in Biare. Ikwuano. And then I wonder. But we are hoping that from now and henceforth, there will be a total turnaround, a paradigm shift. So, the theme of, next slide. Yes, sustainable economic development in Ikwuano, a roadmap for the 21st century. And Machigun la 21st century, Mpeji Kuoku ya before in Patalima, as well 21st century Gibu Bemba. Either you make yourself or you mar yourself. You climb or you crash, any of the two. But Chile Kemen is making us to feel comfortable. Sustainability is most perceived as the combination of environmental. Today, the human needs of the people are not met. And by the same time, the ability of the future generation to meet these needs is being compromised. All the summit in Manga Abuja, one agricultural minister in Kempurapo, Aldogwe, he said, oh, the population of Nigeria is 200 million. And then by the year 2050, or someone can do 300 and something million. You know about 8 parenti like somebody bad work here. If we still continue with the same approach. But if we change our approach, like some countries like China, like some countries like India, Malaysia, Singapore, Japan, then things will be well with us. Next slide, please. Okay, I have said something about this. It is because of this economics, it is because of this economy, yaka. Economy, yaka. And then sometimes we are tempted to say, we contributed from one age, one era to the other in making the economy to look like this. Beacon, let us, put ourselves together and then make sure we have a change. The concept of sustainable development has been widely recognized by goal of human society in the 21st century. All the some countries, please can you list? Countries like Indonesia, countries like Malaysia. In Malaysia, in Malaysia, for Malaysia. By the time when Togare Remporonko, web tanker, Gila wonder.
Please take that water back. Take it. Go and keep.
When did the mini like Hataman Lile? Or then you now room your food and Poronko before Poronko, Williakelu. aha abịa webebe were mkpụrụ nkwụ gaga mee nka mkpụrụ nkwụ lenye ncha mkpụrụ nkwụ lenye mmanya mkpụrụ nkwụ lenye petrol ọ dịghị fewa adịghị mee in such a way that nkwụ ya eji mara ala Igbo eji mara ala Nigeria ka bụ ife njigide Malaysia jisi mee ike youth no. I'm so satisfied and then excited with the youth. The youth said, no, we are not going to remain like this. And youth, you can't remain like this. You must be in a position to take your future by your hands. And that's where we are. And it will be well with us. In the presentation that I have analyzed so far, the concept of sustainable development should be really conceptualized. And we should do everything in order to achieve it. If we are taking to make sure that there's development, not only development, sustainable one, then to make sure that if all the shameful for us to say, in Ali Bonfro, if I'm during the time of Michael Opara Bota. Onye mala amonia in a Michael Opara and then who will yakelu. You can see only one or two hands that are associated with Michael Opara. That means Michael Opara, Azikiwe, and many other politicians in them God will give us those people because we are persuaded that He will not leave us the same way. Even but the problem, Mr. Chairman, when he was making his remark, he said the wealth of the nation is concentrated in a few hands. Very few hands. Where Jichima, somebody went to the hospital. I said that, okay, yes, Dr. Eric Anyupumamine. Doctor said, let's do this, let's do that. Okay. Yes, so if I own la casino that person is about 70 years old. In order to ease himself. That is the reason why let us appreciate what God has given to us and then be in a position to turn them around for our own good. To make sure that, we will make this local government look the way it's supposed to be. All the local governments in the you begin to wonder. Abu human beings Bulanga. The roads are very neat. No nylon tarred road. And many other things. But let's not go into that. In order to put ourselves together. Okay. Mr. Chairman was talking about Ndenjisiego Yamaka this time. So that we will reduce increasing poverty, we will reduce undevelopment, depletion of ozone layer, grammar, global warming, global warming, and then depletion of natural resources, if anywhere, and so on. And then, by the grace of God, we will use all those resources that God has provided to us in order to make sure that we will turn this local government around. In Jesus' name. What are the solutions? This solution tallies with some of the solutions that are there in the book. Urban sustainability associates with sustainability solutions in 6 primary areas. Sustainable planning. The first thing, planning. People are saying anybody who does not plan to pass is definitely planning to fail. You can't go otherwise. Either or kandi. And then the AMEFLA Development Initiative, they have taught us a very big lesson. I appreciate them so much. I will be praying for them continually. Energy efficiency, to be rebuilt. Sustainable transportation, sustainable economic growth, community energy planning, green infrastructure, achieving roadmap. This achievement of roadmap, this roadmap is supposed to fit into the state roadmap, is supposed to fit into the Nigerian roadmap, so that when Ilegakota, Ile Nkemande la green lango Ikwuano, regional, okay, you can say geopolitical zone, state, Abia State, local government, Ikwuano, the city, anywhere. All of us need to key into this roadmap in order to achieve some success. Economic development agencies, We will Development Initiative. We are going to have other people that will emulate them or be a subsidiary of them to make sure that in Kali, they make sure that everything is moving very fine. Okay, next slide. When Nigeria projected the sustainability, we say before 1930, I think they said 1920, but we put it to 1930. Abia Ndige Bokasa, hospitals give you everywhere, schools get very standard, and so on. I didn't want to for this is 2023. How many years now to 2030? 7 years. But God will help us because you are not going to see much. We are not going to see much, but we are praying that God will help us in such a way that we will have a paradigm shift. We will have a quantum jump. Okay, next slide. Jump one card. Next slide. There are 7 steps, and that is where I'm going to end my remark. There are 7 steps we are going to use in order to forestall whatever had been the negativities that have been following this state. Ikwuano, Abia State, Nigeria. Poverty eradication. Poverty eradication. Poverty must be eradicated. And how are we going to do it? By a plan like this. We must lift the plight of those that are in poverty. We must. We must break the poverty cycle in which individuals become demotivated to change their situation. Any effective means of eradicating poverty must be sustainable. Any effective means of eradicating poverty must be sustainable. India, until one prime minister said nonsense. Scientist, I give you 7 years. They can say, oh, what a challenge. 7 years, Dokamuku. Wait for us. Within 5 years, mango, 40 varieties of mango, rice, or various varieties. And we are praying for it to be like that in Nigeria. Rice, India. I say rice about 45,000 and then each on the 40 or there, each on the 30, each on the 25, each on the 10. They made it to cover everybody because their primary aim is to eradicate poverty. And they have tried as much as possible. It has not been 100% eradicated, but they have tried their possible best. We are going to follow suit. Next slide, number 2. Meeting food needs within the specific time. They don't know what we are talking. So, by the grace of God, if I like Bundi, underline the so fertile that we will be able to cultivate what we are going to eat. Obasanjo came up with something in Obugo, the head of state. Us in Goblagibu, because clear as onlo, tinga tomato, tinga okro, tinga anka, tinga curry. And then he is very concerned at that time as far as development and poverty eradication is concerned. So, only oblagi tingaka ndi bo medige asaka jaja mano. But even many of these our youth are running away from eating akalandi, ekoptandi. To feed Nigeria, ogu and the knife, we do very relatively little. If you want to feed Nigeria, it is either highly mechanized agriculture in such a way that 4% of the people of this nation will be feeding the whole country. America and them and Labaga. Some of our Nigerians from Nigeria, if I won't find the wrong way, as soon as go on here, Chagaga, Edu America, West Ngwaga Gono, the Hepokoko, the Basin. But the only difference is that only 4% of the people that are there are farmers feeding the whole country. And that is where we are going to, in order to have sufficient food. By the way we are going, but God will help us. Okay, number 3, building livelihood. One basic need for life-giving food is met. Individuals can focus on building and earning. I will go there for first. Give a best yes, in order to sustain myself. Next slide, number 3. Number 4. Ile diagram and say Lango, get that diagram for us. 2030. Maybe there was the Sustainable Development in Nigeria, MDG, what they call it, Sustainable Development Goals. And then in 2015, as a Paniano, 17 goals are there. That's why all in the can say, if I won't lap when we power, until we razzle. Onyo Blatingaraka, where we're as lame, Ndekan silly hidden, Onyo Blatingaraka, all the Honya tickle to Malamadi, Tingaka and go home. Amama Wundole maybe see this country. Mali Laka when I go a lame, Onye Konoranya, Amama Man Lolenu, Amamolenu, Ifasianu. But in this type of arrangement that is going to redeem Ikwuano, Mali Legitingaka, nobody looks on touches the plow and then looks back. That is fit for the kingdom. That's why I brought that. 15 years now, and then we cannot boast of anything that we have achieved. Instead, we have gone down. Number 4, broad-based Black Economic Summit. Everybody's black here, there's no white. And then discrimination. The other day, see, hurry between staying here and taking this and going abroad. They say, I'm on Lajuaju. In or here with who? Marco Warrior for the first time. Say, Ale Lagache, you will be a second-class citizen. Mekwelu Maala. They will regard you as a second-class citizen. That's number 1. Even if you are shining. But the only thing that you defeat Embo, onye no low for ye. Nkenda alaibo, na alai means in alai law Nigeria. Sometimes in Nigeria, that is the problem. In that area, I mean, it's a spiritual battle, and God will help us. Next slide, please. Local economic development. For local economic development to be significant, everybody listen, all members of the community must take part. That was what we saw in that Ndonlakwa circle. Japan, I mentioned there. Malaysia, I mentioned. All people, all persons must put hand. Malaysia, Indonesia, India, Brazil, many other countries. If you don't want to I don't know. I want to keep Mamadi in Nupui for no man. Something. Well-level development. All can benefit together for an improved quality of life. Each community must identify and seize their own uniqueness. The area that I want to end with. If Nigeria, particularly, but ndi ifen laga higwe weso mboso mmanlile giri ere meloso onye obla onye ukwu onye nte oso. Nigerians are so much excited with so many things, but with peculiarities. Often Jibon le very well, often Jin le very well. Uno say Demi le Kukaroku G and so on. Don't forget I'm in the University of Agriculture. And then agriculture is supposed to have an impact in our local government, but it's not having that much of impact because of all these things that I'm saying. I asked my wife the other day, I said, Iburu, that woman, Jesus, Elijah and Sega with her, what are you going to do? See, Nigerians of today, we like them. Nigerians are very intelligent. If I give me a timber and go Gabuta GP tank. La manjuria lono. So let's do everything possible to make sure that our standard of life is uplifted. Number 6, job creation. The politicians. When the chairman said we are going to hear them, we are going to hear them. You will hear many of them who say, to make sure that jobs are created. And chairman said something that's very exciting. He said, we will see the scorecard after Onyo Anchigweri. Because you come back and then come and stay with us one time or the other. So job creation must be in the mind of our politicians because they are the people that will do that. But while they are creating the job, by God's grace, while they are creating the job, thank you. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. We're happy to see you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Because you're welcome. Okay, I will continue my speech because I'm almost ending. Almost ending. This job creation is very important for the youth. Okay. Let's settle down. We appreciate our people that have entered now. We appreciate them. Okay, let's settle down. I didn't know that I was going to have a very large audience like this. A very large audience. We thank God. It's well with us. Okay. So let me finish up with what I was saying. I was saying that job creation is paramount in the lives of every youth, in the life of every old person, and so on. Our young people are running away from the country and running to places they think you have greener pastures. But one thing that I want to join with that is some people must make the sacrifice. Some people must make the sacrifice. In a moment, you don't feel like noro here, I must know my mother is poor, my father is poor, and then if I stay here, they will die in poverty. So sometimes my children will be asking me whether I've made a good choice or not. I don't know whether it is a good choice or whether I've made a bad choice. But the most important thing is that to make sure that everything will become to our own favor and is going to change. Okay. So let me congratulate all those people that are seated on the left-hand side. And then, we want to interact with them. They are going lalo. They are going no, let's see what they have in stock for us. And then we will also usher them with prayers to the hands of God, that God will enable them to have in their mind to do what they are supposed to do. If Obasanjo could something yesterday, where I just say Obasanjo is the voice of Nigeria. If he's not the voice of Nigeria, neglect him. Why are you people? Hey, no. I have told a lot of people that are nearer to me, politics is becoming very volatile. Better listen more, and then pray more. Listen more, pray more, and then not being very forward for maybe if a man is here or if a man out here. I'm grateful for the opportunity granted to me by the organizers of this particular occasion, Amefula Development Initiative. And then I want to thank God for giving us this privilege. The Vice Chancellor will have this slide. Ifeli Lemankuru is summarized in this diagram. Ifeli Lemankuru is summarized. And then he will hear Tingala Google, click here, you will see the details of some of the things that are there. We thank God for bringing you. My prayer is that by the time I'm in Lalakwa, in Jesus' name.
If I get school staff, graduate, MS, doctorate, all the prof which are okubia. Are they a pool go in Belile? Prof Ndewo. I am not only happy, I'm excited, I'm humbled, and overwhelmed with joy. More day for Zolebonwa Ikwuano. Udo dere. Adma Sula, Ifende Mariage Koinaha Jesus. Neke Nokalanga Nolula Apupo. Uno Goka Prof. Laha Jesus. Where Hono? There is nothing stopping you from being greater than him. All belief and determination, and that's what we want. Prof. Ndewo. Owarao. Ikwuano Suman Owarao. Mbobla Mampo Mbatakwa Hunwam so Owarao Mase ha. Obo Oglu Konani Loran Owarao. No like pay Prof. Ngwarani. Enge Echo. Otuman Unsi. Lanye. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. Obgodre Eju Prof. Equal life well. Ajuju, Ajuolufa, Fumano Jolufa, Fumano Jolufa, Fumano Jolufa, Prof. Zain. And now they are way of water. Lord, to any this knowledge. All free. Apple life on the free. You maximize the use of it. But back I saw the man area Biko. Onye obula anda batang. Asukwa onye obula anda batang. Ya gata chila ihu adanye gafe. Ya gata azia. Ọ dị ndị nọlụ fọrọ ndị ama ife ndị eme a were asị ọ bụ ndị fenke wa bịakwala mmanụ ndị abịa kofe they may obstruct before they may I won't like it loud for onye chọrọ ịgafe ya gata azụ ada anyị nwanyị ndewo ndewonu ọkwa ife kwuru ugbu a o mekwala Bakas nna diwe na dị setugwe Ramadan ma ọbụla ofu mmanụ lọsụkwanụ la prof imeela jutu ma ọbụla ikele ya kele no prof onye ga-ejiri ụfọdụ mụrụ adịghị na ife o kwuru ọkwụnụ nọ ka mgbe ọ da-ekwu ya ndị eme ọzọ dịkwa nụrụ ife o kwuru unu adịghị nọ unu anụrụ.
What we are saying is that Michael Okpara University of Agriculture is one of the institutions based in Ikwuano soil. Since the coming of Michael Okpara University, has there been any impact of that university to the society? That's what I'm asking now. What stock does Michael Okpara have for the people of Ikwuano as we are rebranding ourselves in this socio-economic summit? Based on that, VC this is the representative of the VC. Michael Okpara is an institution. What should they change or should they continue the way? Somebody should raise that question or somebody should ask.
Our VC, sir. Our VC, sir. We appreciate you. I'm Barrister Chidi Osabaka. Abunya Ariam. Enya no lefe ego patare. Mbe make inquiry. Joe onye na-ekwudo okwu a. As follow up one of us. I was so happy because Billy Kwoku, what I heard from you, what was coming out from you, the very sound. We appreciate you. Make for the so we appreciate you. Thank God that somebody like you is in that university. To be candid, what has come up today is a new thing, but it's unfortunate that Odiberinde standing up say we hold this kind of association that can actually represent and talk on behalf of Ikwuano people, which we believe by the grace of God Ahamefle is going to stand in that shoe to make sure if Mbasara Ahamefle Mbasara Ikwuano is protected. My question now was, in that university, like he pointed out, in our university, but in research. But by God's grace, from this moment I didn't know about it. From inquiries they make about that university, which have much benefit from it. Obviously, invest in Ikwuano, but where the dividends that you invest in Ikwuano. Any admission, you may expect certain number of indigenes of Ikwuano. I give me admission. I give me employment. Ekwesịrị inwekwe certain number of indigenous of Ikwuano ndị a employ. We have a lot of graduates. We have youths. They gachala university, but they don't have a job. But they may be employed. Any land no stories. All strangers have been gone. Then any land say more like a responsibility, social responsibility in the university. We are not seeing anything. The management of that university, la pali with India, they collaborate with India. Le mendi Ikwuano again with the actually famous worker. So, any thank God. Any may respect la visi agiju we are here today. But a problem which I send Yabro Mwafo Ikwuano, a professor Abu Matakre. Thank God you will hear our message and pass it over to him. Because only Batuanya Lifemba and Ikwuano, that university is very, very important. And any believe you there was.
Evangelist.
Bikono ono no ife nwanna anyị nwoke nkwuru ma ọ bụ lamsila enye ohere la ajụtụ ajụ ọnwa ga-epụta kwa ọ gara epụta dị nọ nwana nga ọ ga-akpa isi anyị Bikono ọ dị mkpa
ndị Ikwuano mmanụ the last speaker kwa Barrister Sabaka ndewo imeela ajụjụ m onye m nwere lafa ndị Ikwuano aha m efula very straightforward one. Ikwuano bụ an agrarian community and I nwere University of Agriculture. Now if I nwere Ikwuano bụ mundane agriculture nke nne na nna iwe nka rụkwara anyị nwekwara research, so hopefully akwụkwọ a nnọọ ga-iru VC aka, because what we have done but to identify the gap none between Michael Okpara University and Ikwuano people, especially in the area of agriculture. We need positive practical engagement with this organization. Can we come up with even the doable or the long overdue? Akwụkwọ or the important la VC Korea. So obo that point kamoye nsila abata. Ahemefla Development Initiative no here to make things happen. By His grace, Mwa chair the committee in this book. So all the very, very important. Agriculture, Bongoka Anyempa. And also if you know represent.
Thank you, sir.
The
microphone to the prof for reactions, please. The microphone to the prof for reactions.
Prof, ị ga-akwa iji ofu akụ gbagbuo n'ụlọ abụta maka ebe represent FVC Langa abụ ntakịrị ife okpu ya ikpughere nne gị na-emekwara asị ajụjụ ndị a jụrụ gị lekpuo anya n'ofe ọrịa gbasara ime omenala n'ụlọfọ enụla ndewo dịka i were akwụkwọ i were ya gị tinga atụ ojo mma were gaa VC ndewo.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the contributions. I appreciate the questions. Aga mi were akwụkwọ. M were akwụkwọ mekwekwa nkwa that akwụkwọ gị do the VC aka, and VC nke enyi nwere ugbu a mbụkwa nwa afọ Abia State adịghị ala asịrị ife ndepa. He will definitely come up with something that is very positive. Barrister Nkuroku, Barrister Sabaka say, why don't we have the effect of University of Agriculture that is nearer to us? If it was admission, if it was employment, and so on. Agami will corrosia will do VC, but VC more about it. If a man Nigeria will change their policy way. I didn't imagine call got anybody that anything make sure I give a clean on Yangelas as a fell office. Gain a ticket from head of service Labuja. I won't go to Guerembo. I won't go to Guerembo, but government is no, it won't actively law no. Manonian non gono. When each of them employ a cleaner now, you will take the permission of the head of service from Abuja, one lady that is there for now. That is number one. But that does not mean that I didn't work vacancies now and then. Abuka investigate that because say so and so people. What drug so and so people? Mano legacy 4. Where's the Missouri 10? 4 go when you're 6 in 4 from Missouri 10 Yaburunkewe. Abiameniji, instead of putting the Ikwuano like guide up and down, Gela Fonden Lasso Kawon Lasso, before the doors your normal as agent, wait Jungalile. Aha, so that, I'm not standing proxy for anybody, but I'm saying that before the VC were a lot of powers. He will put you on casual, then later on regularize. But those things have been abolished now. That is not the reason why anyway our people should be lamenting. But we are working on it. There's some committee work on it to make sure that we revert back to the old autonomy, where we can hire the people that we want. Even men in academics, they can lazy in Lapachok. I don't know when Labia lump on us. Is because where are you going to get a professor of surgery, a veterinary surgery, that you get and then law happen gone or baby again? That is the reason why Ofonji didn't fail. But there is a good news for Ikwuano. Illegal admission can no where. The percentage of Ikwuano alone, about the Arabia State, the percentage of Ikwuano is about 25%. And on Angola, I ain't calculating. One after the other, we calculate it. The percentage of Ndenya admission in 2021-2022, 25% are from Ikwuano, local government. And then the situation will improve more by next year. Another thing about even auto research. Happy to Michael Opera. Michael Opera is only 30 years old. Although somebody gets 30 years old, research is more than 80 years, and then Michael Opera is 30 years. We are not seeing the dividends of having these institutions nearer, but things will change for the better by the initiatives in the winning. This one is our Mayflower Development Initiative, and we have a lot of initiatives in the campus now, as well as in research, that is going to bring dividends nearer to the people. And the agreement agrarian economy, agrarian in such a way that Yaboro, Oko, Boroma, I agree to defend Olano, but it will be mechanized. The blueprint is there for the university to take off in that dimension. Unulanya, Ndembu Siala, Ndoloko, Ndiben, Ndaria Mosaka, Ala University Durundo Lile. Am I correct? Maybe so many people among Ala University. That means Ala University cover Ikwuano Lile. From the border of Fontonda, Onomangala Potonda, Biatame, investing in lands in all those places. Oloko, Ibereo, very vast lands. And then we are thinking of what to do with it. No, we have mapped out. We are thinking of what to do with it. We have mapped out what we are going to do to yield us, the dividends of what the people are expecting. Thank you very much.
Question answered. Please, a round of applause for Prof. Thank you very much, Prof, for doing justice to some of these questions. But we will pause it there for Prof. We have a lot of things to do. Please, let's go to another thing. Mr. Chairman.
I think I'm excited with the quality of contribution from Barrister Osabaka. Emma Agua, I'm even the global noise. Agua Hapana, Emo Ago, Obompanya. Naya Abraham. A George Okara, the home. Enyaga, Ehape Bapi also be on one. Nde Enkubianga, Biko MC, Bambo Fola, Kaweda Abata, Apaweda Abata. Come on, all the fair ain't game. So far, we have only one senatorial candidate here, right? No, wait. For now, senatorial candidate.
Yes.
Only one. Okay. Yeah. Ikwuano ndewo no. Ndewo no. Agwala m la Chief Chukwu Nwachukwu Nomalanga. Otelo ọ bịara before many of them. And I'll be a senatorial candidate under YPP. Mbo National Chairman Abu Bishop. Chief, Onawa. Eleya. Unu nyetia Mike. Lo nwike. Hello. Please, can we have Chief Chukwu Nwachukwu? Can we have Chief Chukwu Nwachukwu? MC, I do not know if these mics are working. Are they working? Pardon? No, these ones, are they working? Please, I want him to be in a vintage position where everyone will see him. Please.
Chief Chukwu Nwachukwu, former Director General, National Director of Employment, and is currently the YPP senatorial candidate for Abia Central Senatorial District.
Ono kutuaka. Ono kuaka. Adea Galando Ruga Bota Ebo senatorial candidate. Ono kutuaka. Yeah, bless you. Thank you. Because engi ma ukwia, mala, mande politician, or the marangori ginye, iwere miri, were kop gunga, monkey miri siango, onugwa enata kop or the nyensubu. So if I give him ubi awabo, makaya wambo is senatorial candidate, I give you 10 minutes. 10 minutes will be okay. 10 minutes. Long week in a compact way. Long week one. If or ime. They won.
It's not working. Mr. Chairman. Second one. Mr. Chairman, a great Nigerian, I'm very excited to meet you, Barrister Dr. Obani. The Vice Chancellor, represented by an erudite professor. Madam, there we go. The organizers, particularly backers. Ndị Ikwuano ndewo. Ndị Ikwuano ndewo. Ọ dị Ikwuano ma so ndị oke mmadụ ụmụ chere kpari aṅụrịkwanụ. Ọkwụ hụ arịwenu. Ama m ekwu ebe asị m ekwu ma abịanụ. Mr. Chairman, I'm very recognizing the candidates for ADP, for House of Representatives, Ikwuano Umuahia, Mr. Nwosu. Also recognizing the candidate for YPP, for House of Assembly, Honorable Alozi Ajira Nwafu, and they would. I think I want to congratulate the organizers of this conference. And from the look of things, from the crowd I see here, it's a very worthwhile exercise. I know. Well, let me correct something, Mr. Chairman. I am not a politician. I'm a technocrat. I don't like being described as a politician. I'm not a politician. But we all need the instrument, the platform of politics to contest election. That's why you can refer to me, but I am not a politician because I say what I mean and I do what I say. That is what a man should be, known for his integrity. Ikwuano stands a very good opportunity to play national politics. Indeed, Mr. Chairman, Omononu have been in very prominent positions, as reflected in your program, your brochure. When you position the Ikwuano lejibe, Obomoga, I will win Ezuku. When national position, the Ikwuano lejibe, okay? When state position, the Ikwuano lejibe. I'm sorry? What the question we'll be asking ourselves, are you people happy the way Ikwuano is today? That's why I said you have held all these positions. So if you've held all these positions, why is Ikwuano the way it is today? You should not be complaining. I'm on my condolence visit because they burying them. But I can tell you one thing. When I get to the Senate, because I will win Ikwuano, Ejimanya de Luno na Macha Village Onushi. Oyela Akoaka, Mgangwere development, the Omase Ekofake here. Ekushelakike. But I'll tell you something. Ikwuano will be developed. You know why Ikwuano will be developed? Can you listen to me? Ikwuano will be developed. You know why? Because it's the right thing to do. Anybody representing Abia Center that does not take care of all federating units of his senatorial zone is not doing the right thing. For the first time from next year, the right things will be done. I mean this year, sorry. The right things will be done. Ikwuano has the unique privilege and opportunity to be the food basket of Eastern Nigeria. You have so much cassava, you have so much cocoa, you have so much rice. But what is happening is Ikwuano has been devastated by lack of infrastructure. You do not have the developmental specifics to develop your areas. Ikwuano, some areas like Ibrialala is cut off. There are some areas of Ikwuano you cannot access today. And yet, if you go to, as everybody knows, there's something called ecological fund in Nigeria. That ecological fund can take care of all the erosion problems. Is it not true? So why is it not so? Ikwuano itself, last year, should have participated in what is called special public works. Special public works means giving the youth 1,000 employment opportunities. Onohoria? And each of those you were supposed to be paid 20,000 naira. So for last year alone, Ikwuano lost 240 million naira. Did you see 240 million naira? Did you see 1,000 employment opportunities? Well, that money has already been budgeted. Abia Central lost 1.44 billion naira through special public works. Because that money has been budgeted, I will recover that money for you people. I don't want to talk about politics. I want to talk about facts. Facts do not lie. I was very interested when the prof was talking. What's your discipline? Chemistry. I was very interested when the professor of chemistry was talking about something that is alien to his profession, which is job creation. But the critical element of development is job creation, wealth creation. And the expert in Nigeria, as Obani knows, is standing here for you. I am the expert of job creation and wealth creation. I was the Director General of National Directorate for Employment, and we predicated on 4 core programs. Skills acquisition, because you need skills to be employable, isn't it? You have to have specific skill set. Small and medium enterprise development, agriculture development, and special public works. Now, I am affiliated with a company. Indeed, I'm the national president of Nigerian Agricultural and Industrial Entrepreneurs of Nigeria. Federal government has come up, we will come up with an opportunity to put at least 500 people in clusters in agricultural development. Ikwuano will benefit from it. We're not talking promises. I think you've had enough promises for 23 years. It's now need. What you now need is action, isn't it? Ikwuano will have their roads developed by the federal government. Ikwuano will have clusters, agricultural and industrial clusters in every local government, in every ward. And when the effect comes down, you would have unemployment eradicated, poverty eradicated. Let me tell you the effect of wealth creation. When that madam, 100 of you, will equip you with finance, development finance, and you can now employ 100 people, those are primary entrepreneurs. When 100 of you employ 3 people each, you created 400 jobs, isn't it? Now the effect of creation of this, because you've now induced a demand. When you induce a demand, it will trigger a consequential supply, and that is the economic macromeasure that will create wealth. So you are potential wealth creators. You have no reason to go to anybody to beg him for money. Create your own wealth. That is why my senatorial campaign, my chairman and professor of chemistry, we say, for Chukwu Campaign Organization, we say family economic empowerment, not keke empowerment. You've had enough keke. We say good and sustainable jobs, not rice. Do you know how many cups of rice you get? If 100 bags in the world, if you're in the boot, it's 2 cups. Is it not true? It's not true? So I said, I don't want to give you rice. I want you to buy your own rice. We say wealth creation, not gifts. And above all, I was telling the words today, he's a different party. I say, we must transfer power, Mr. Vani, to the next generation. Why do we allow the same people to continue to rule you all the time? If you continue to allow them, they say when you do not participate in the selection of those who rule you, guess what? You have no complaint when fools rule you. So let us begin to take care of ourselves. I can see that most people here, you're tired and you've been in this summit. I would round up and tell you, I will come around all the words. Maybe what I'm speaking is not correct, but Ikwuano, I know will vote for me. But vote for me or not, I will take care of Ikwuano because it's the right thing to do.
Ikwuano come there.
They won't.
And I'm also
Please stay where you are for questions.
Ikwuano nde won. Biko MC. I'll get them go guzoto. Ode nke arụpụrụ ewepụ ya ọ ga-eka mma kara mgbe akwụsa ya ndị mmadụ o nwere ike gbanwe nchefu. At this point I'm ime allow, he's the first speaker and ohere ka dị to I'm ime allow 3 major persons ga-ejo ajụjụ.
Yeah, please.
Critical questions. Era ota? Aha. Biko no mgbe unu nụrụ ọ na-ekwu okwu ọ dị onye ọ gọrọ fọ. Unu gakwa ejo ajụjụ. I do not want somebody to ask questions that can just be concluded that it's insultive. I don't want it.
Obade, I'm cool, man.
Yeah.
You insult right back.
I want a situation.
I'm here.
I want a situation whereby our language, our choice of words will be very, very civilized.
Okay, 3 questions. Number 1, stand up. Stand up. 3 questions. We've gotten number 1 person. Let me see. I want to take.
Please don't waste time. Straight to the point.
I'll have to leave right after that.
Yeah, that's why we. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Can I get?
No, we want to do.
Ikwuano ndewo. Nna ikwu Nwachukwu.
Audience, please.
Ajụjụ nwere for you. Obi dị m ụtọ nga ọ dị ukwuu. La mkpịsị okwupụta ife ndị nwegasịrị ime ma ọ bụla ịbagbuola ọchịchị ọnwa. Mana otu ife dị mkpa m chọrọ ịjụ gị bụ sị abịala ala Ikwuano taa enwere ọtụtụ ụmụ Ikwuano ndị gugwela na akwụkwọ la akparị ngalile ọ dịghị ife wele eme ndị ya ife nwere ime gbasatara ife nwa bụnụ ime na ọrụ dị ụmụ Ikwuano n'ihi la mee ekwetara la ọla aka mma la enyi ma ndị jiri aka anyị mulite ọrụ nke enyi ma ndị la gela arụla aka anyị kwalite ndị la gela arụ n'ukpuru karịa ile elekwasị ndị gọọmenti anya ndị ya ife bụ n'uche obi gị ndị ya mkpa ichere la gị so enweta ife dị ukwu a
Ndewo.
I will want. Can you take? Let him be done with the questions.
Can we? Let's talk
note
about the
that
questions.
question. Note that question.
Please put the question down. Let's talk about the
Yeah.
questions before
Please.
reaction.
Okay, the person in front. Can we do that? Yeah. Please, before you ask the question, just tell us your name.
Your
Very,
name.
very key.
Okay, ndị Ikwuano ndewo. Afama bụ Chidi Johnson. Oyisi.
Ndewo.
Ndewo. Let me start by very sincerely commending your in-depth knowledge of wealth creation.
Thank you.
Because unless corrected, I understood that your presentation focused on wealth creation. And I want to ask this question.
Go ahead.
In the process of creating wealth, like it is, and like you have presented, the whole thing borders on the people. Finance comes to the people. The people handles the finance to develop themselves, the trade, and what have you. And my question is going to focus on the people.
Okay.
In your narration too, you told us 1 or 2 federal government programs where 1,000 people were going to be given this and that. And I'm aware that even in this state, some local governments, when you say with due respect,
Yeah.
including your local government, benefited from this particular program.
What program is that?
The program you initiated, the 1,000 empowerment from
Okay.
My question is this. If these finances come, there is land and everything, and the people are not developed.
The people are not what?
Are not developed.
Okay.
The people are not properly sensitized. They are not trained. They don't know what and how to use the finances. I want to ask, by the time you get to the Senate, sir, can the people of Ikwuano, through your instrumentality, be developed how to handle these finances?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Please, where the MC? Oh, please, I want to tell us something. I can see the question is not straight cut. I want a straight question. Under 1 minute, you are asking a question.
I like his question.
Can we hold on? Give him. Let him go. Let him go.
Hold on, please.
Ichoku, go and give him. Go and give him.
I want to ask a question, sir.
You want to ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Chief, sir.
Yeah.
You are going to the Senate to make laws.
Yes.
Basically, that's what the Senate is all about. You have told us about wealth creation, job development, empowerment. Can you tell us right away, as a senator representing Abia Central, how would you create these jobs? How would you bring empowerment, empowerment, socio-economic empowerment to individuals? It's good you mentioned Keke empowerment, because basically that's what happens now. People say they are doing empowerment and they give people bags of rice, a tin of palm oil, and say that's empowerment. That's not what we want. So how specifically would you create sustainable jobs for Ikwuano as part of your constituency, sir?
Thank you.
Okay. Please, can you give me? That's the last question. Please. That's the last question. Under 1 minute. And at this point, I don't want the MCs to ask questions again. Please. Don't ask any more questions. Don't ask any more.
I really.
Ikwuano nde wonu. Sir, I will go straight to the question. You mentioned that you have worked in National Directorate of Employment.
I didn't work. I was the Director General.
You were the Director General.
Right.
Okay, I want to know, in the office that you've held, how many people in Ikwuano did you work with? How many employments did you create for people of Ikwuano? Who are people that in Ikwuano that are your friends during the time you worked in that office? Did you attract any project in Ikwuano as of that time? From your antecedent, maybe we will know what you will do in the future. Thank you very much.